My name is Emma, and I'm a professional tennis player. I've been playing for 4 years, and honestly, I just love the environment. I started in 7th grade because I was really bad at volleyball, and I'm not much better at tennis, but I joined in 9th grade at Bartlett, and I'm never leaving. JV as a senior is really the only thing that's keeping me going. What keeps me motivated is people like my friends.
Another one of our motivations is baseball.
My bad, guys. I fell. But anyways, another one of my motivations is Bivens or Wario. Especially how Wario beats us at every single one of our runs. To prepare for my game, I like to get B-Town.
B-Town review!
One of my proudest achievements is probably my patches that I've earned. My upcoming advice to newcoming players is to walk to B-Town. And also to make friends and to enjoy Bivens while you have them.
Say it.
Isaiah Lewis.
Okay. What is it like being a human being?
Horrendous.
Speak up.
Horrendous.
Horrendous. Okay. Why is being a human being horrendous?
It's really boring.
Okay. Alright. Are you the type... Shut up! Are you the type of human being that does illegal human things?
No.
Define illegal things.
Anything against the law.
Okay.
Senior. We're here to talk about me. My hobby before was gaming. Before was me gaming, it started back when I was about 5 years old. My first system I played was an Atari 2600. It was a Pitfall, and that's when I started gaming. Then after that, it steadily progressed into the Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Dreamcast, and all the PlayStations and all the Xboxes. And right now, as me gaming right now as an adult, it's different because I can show my kids that gaming is a way to escape sometime and to just let off some type of aggression. But right now, as I game, I just do it as a hobby. You can see my two prized possessions is my arcade machine and my pinball machine, in which I built myself. And that's how you know that gaming is something that I enjoy.
I'm 11 years old and I've been playing soccer for 7 years. I love soccer because it's fun and it's satisfying to score a lot of goals. I play competitive soccer for Germantown Legends. My dream is to be a professional soccer player. My favorite player is Luka Modric, and my favorite team is Liverpool. My favorite move to do while playing soccer is doing a lot of body feints.
The first question is when did you start collecting all of this?
I would say the bulk of the interest of going in and trying to collect all this stuff probably started about 2015, 2016, something around there, because I found Nintendo, one of the original Nintendos from when I had as a child back in 1985. Found it at an antique store, and with that, kind of just everything else fell into place because I wanted more.
So, and what's probably your favorite game that you've gotten, or one of your most biggest games, most expensive, most famous, most known?
As far as my favorite ones that had always been dear to me is the Mega Man series from the original Nintendo, and that was about probably 10 years in the making of collecting all six of those, being able to find it, and not necessarily having to pay an arm and a leg for them, because these games run over $100 now, even just loose out of a box. They're the Mega Man number 5 was probably the hardest one, and it was the last one to get. I've got other prized possessions. I have a famous game called Splatterhouse that was really big on the Sega Genesis and a couple other systems. But I found one on a system that is rare called the TurboGrafx 16, which came out about 2 weeks before the Sega Genesis did. I found my Splatterhouse still in a box with the case and everything. I've got a couple other games that are pretty valuable, but I've got a massive collection, from PlayStation down to the Atari that came out in the late 70s.
All right. And what would you say probably your most favorite possession you have in here, just in general? Like toy or game or movie, or what is it?
I've got a couple of things. One I just mentioned, which is the TurboGrafx 16. There was one side system that they came out with a little later. It's called the TurboGrafx Duo, which has the cartridge and the CD combination. Those go for about $1,000 on eBay. They're loose with a controller as long as it works. But I've got what's called I don't if your people are familiar with like collecting Pokemon cards and baseball cards and things like that. Marvel came out with some stuff back in the early 90s, and they came out with one specifically called Marvel Masterpiece. And the Marvel Masterpiece were very, I guess you would say, high-tech images that are really just like masterful paintings is almost what they look like. And I've got a box of those that are still factory sealed. Those can range anywhere. That can go anywhere from $800 to about $1,200, depending on a buyer, for just that one box. Now, I could risk opening it up and find a rare card or two inside that whole package that would triple my money. But do I take the risk, or do I keep it the way it is?
All right. And last thing, just say your name and you're a collector.
Do I mention anything about being your dad?
No,
Okay.
you don't have to.
Well, my name is Dustin Higginbotham. I'm a collector of all sorts of things that from my childhood, from video game systems to different types of toys and movies. I've got from the Betamax player to VHS player to a Laserdisc player, all the different types of technology that were around just within 10 years of my life, existing. I got a collection of just pretty much anything that will remind me of my childhood, anything that brings back those memories, or anything that like that. But I might be in my 40s, but I'm a child at heart.
Hi, my name is Mary Gray, and I am a semi-professional photographer. I started photography when I was in 9th grade and have over the years won a total of 8 awards. My favorite photo that I've taken would have to be one of my best friend, Juliana, which is a photo that we didn't plan to take. My most meaningful photo would also have to be my proudest award that I've won, which is the photo that I submitted for the Brooks Museum's Youth Council exhibition that showcases how students are different. I love taking pictures of my friends, definitely. I love how much they help me just get any photo.
JJ Leatherwood.
What's your job?
Currently, I'm the court clerk for the city of Bartlett.
What is unique about your job?
The most unique thing about my job is we're one of the only 23 courts in the state of Tennessee with the same jurisdiction.
How long have you been working this job?
Almost a year.
Do you have any previous jobs that you worked?
I was the chief inspector of Bartlett Police Department.
What's your favorite part about working this job?
It was helping people and making the community safe.
As a Bartlett police officer, what was your favorite case? As a Bartlett police officer, what was your favorite case?
I remember one time that we had working a runaway case, and then so we found the runaway probably a day later, and then probably about 12 years later, I ran into her mother, and she told me about how much us helping her out helped her daughter's life.
Hi, my name's Karen. I'm 10 years old and I've been riding for 10 years. My horse's name is Gizmo and I'm a barrel racer. I got into horses because of my family and I could ride horses before I could walk. One of the most important parts about riding a horse is trust. One of my injuries was getting dragged across the arena and it took trust to build up a relationship. One of my inspirations is probably my cousin because I wouldn't be here without her. She's taught me literally everything I know right now. One of the most difficult things that I think is probably knowing that the horse can do anything it wants and can control it. And one of the most rewarding things is being able to work with an animal that doesn't speak my language. I think this sport's gonna stay with me my entire life because it's part of who I am.
Is Mrs. Katrina Ware. I am the biology teacher here at Bartlett High School, and today I am going to be interviewed by Ms. Kylie Gatlin in reference to some questions that she wants to ask me in reference to biology.
What field did you work in that included biology?
Before becoming a teacher, I was a pharmaceutical rep for Johnson & Johnson, and that was very exciting. I majored in biology, chemistry in college. So as far as the opportunity to actually take that career with biology, being a pharmaceutical rep was a very exciting time for me because I got a chance to travel with the company and utilize some of my skills as far as biology. So I did that for like about 4 years, and then I decided that I wanted to get into education because I got married. And as far as the opportunity for me to start traveling, I wanted to have a family, and I knew with that opportunity of being a pharmaceutical rep and traveling that would be kind of tedious in the sense that I didn't want to leave a baby while traveling. So I got into teaching, and because of my passion for children and wanting to really just broaden that academic level of the subject of the content of biology, I wanted to really just progress that with the students that I have taught so far. I've been doing this for 25 years, so I really wanted to take that opportunity to give back per se to the students to really just love the content of biology, because there's so many opportunities and so many avenues that you can go as far as with biology. You don't have to be a teacher, but there are so many, the medical field that you can go into. There are so many plethoras of avenues that you can really just tap into with biology. But I love teaching the knowledge and the content of biology and just really broadening the minds of my students where they can really understand and have a focus to say, you know what, it's really not that bad like I thought it was, but the opportunity, it really presents itself when you have willing minds that really want to learn the content of biology.
Hi, my name is Kelsey, and I started a Facebook page called Loving All the Lost Paws Fosters so that I could post all of my fosters that I foster through Facebook. I had my first fosters sometime in 2023 when it started with a litter of 4 6-week-old puppies that had to be bottle fed. And then ever since then, I've just gotten new fosters. Every time one comes in, another one leaves, and I just keep going. I foster because it gives me a sense of hope for the world and all of the dogs out there that have no homes. And bringing them into my home gives them a feeling of security and love that they've never had, and it helps transition them into a new home so they don't have a rough start into an adoption process.
Hello, my name is Daniel, and I'm 20 years old, and I love cars. I'm a car enthusiast all the way. I drive a 2004 Nissan 350Z. The 350Z was always a dream car of mine ever since I was little. I remember driving around, and it was just beautiful, and I wanted one so bad. Anyways, mine has a 3.5 liter V6, and it looks fast and it sounds fast, but it's honestly slow. But it's the perfect drift car. I got it back in December of 2023, and I started building it since then. It didn't really run at first, but I fixed that problem up real quick. So I slowly started modifying it. The first version of my car was gray with black wheels, and I loved it. I loved driving it everywhere, but it wasn't exactly what I had in mind for it. So the second version, I wrapped it in blue with chrome wheels. Very bad financial decisions, but it's fun and it passes by time. I plan on tuning it in the future and changing a few bumpers. Overall, I've learned a lot about cars, modifying my own, and I hope y'all like it.
Coach Jacob, I graduated in 2018. I played football here. I was a quarterback and defensive back. I started playing football because it gave me something to do. Really, I got cut from the basketball team. I really wanted to play sports, and they didn't have tryouts, so I got to just play. So I was really into it. It taught me a lot of great life lessons. I learned how to build relationships. I learned how to work within a team. I learned how to set my self goals aside for the team goals. And those are all things like we still implement within our athletes today. It's a sport that's very near and dear to my heart, and ultimately it's helped me out through life. I mean, I'm working here as a football coach and a teacher later in life, so it created a career for me, it created job opportunities, and it's just, it's been great. Favorite memory would have to be it's where I got my senior quote from. I was wearing a hat on the sideline because I didn't play, I was a backup quarterback, and I was wearing a hat. Coach Haney comes by and he says, Houghton, take off the hat. You don't play on Sundays, referring to the NFL, and I took it off. I was like, Coach, I don't play on Fridays. And he chuckled at that, but then he still made me take off the hat, and I was pretty upset about it, but I was just happy that I got Coach Haney to laugh.
Hi, my name is Janita Terrell. I'm the owner of Janita's Little Sprouts Family Child Care Center. What motivated me to start my business was my love for children. When I was a kid, I was the neighborhood babysitter. I babysat all of my nieces and nephews, and I just loved the stages of childhood. I loved watching a baby grow, and I was always interested in that process. So my passion began when I started to see a family member struggle with their growth and development. They were fell in kindergarten, and they really didn't have a good start, a really good foundation. So I kind of pride myself in helping children set the foundation for school and for life. Our day-to-day operations consist of several different activities. We do circle time, we do musical learning, we have a lot of outdoor play. I have a play-based child care, so we do projects, different science projects, incorporate incorporate STEM activities. We read a lot of books, so literacy is very important to me as well. I use that family to promote myself on social media, showing people what we did. I took videos of myself reading books to the child that I had, and it started to grow from there. People started to get interested in what I was doing, and the aesthetic of my page. I got a lot of compliments on that, and it went from there.
Hey, I'm Anna Nicely. I am 17 and I'm a senior in high school, and I've been dancing for 15 years. People who inspire me have been my dance teacher. She danced on So You Can Dance and made it to semifinals, so she's a very big inspiration on why I keep dancing. What I love most about dancing is just like I get to express my emotions through movement, and it's just a really pretty piece of art when you're on stage with makeup and everything. What I like least is probably the schedule. It's very time consuming, and I don't really get a lot of stuff outside of dance. I don't know if I'll continue to do it though, because I want to pursue nursing, and I don't think dance would be a good path to keep following. I'd say my favorite genre is probably hip hop or contemporary. They're very different, but I like both of them pretty much the same.